West Pacific, Papua-Neuguinea, Lae in early July 2020. The second largest city and the industrial hub of Papua-New Guinea is returning to a new normal. With the onset of winter in the southern hemisphere, the annual rainy season has started. At times with torrential downpour for several days, temperatures can drop below 20 degrees. With low numbers of confirmed COVID-19 cases in PNG not increasing over a long period of time, the government has lifted the 2-month state of emergency and replaced it with a National Pandemic Act that now regulates the measures nationwide. Like here in St. Andrews, on the grounds of the headquarters of the Lutheran Church of Papua New Guinea, church service is again permitted. Only hand disinfection at the entrance is remaining from the previously stricter assembly rules. The people are happy that the feared catastrophe has not yet surfaced. Just a few kilometers outside of Lae, in Gapson Kek, the new coronavirus remains of no significance. After more than 30 years of planning and construction, the people celebrate the opening of the new village church. It's their big day, with high-ranking visitors. Together with the governor of the Morobe province, the bishop of the ELC PNG, Lucas Kedabing, opens the building. The clans of the surrounding villages are invited, and after the service, people eat and feast together. We are on our way to the capital city, Port Moresby, which can only be reached by plane. After the initial total ban of flights at the beginning of April, domestic flights are now permitted again. International flights are only possible under strict conditions to neighboring Australia. Here in the capital, it seems that life goes on without restrictions. The times with reduced traffic on the main routes towards the city centers are history, with buses and taxis running again. The shopping centers like Vision Cities are open, obviously with fewer visitors. In the settlements on the outskirts of Port Moresby, like here in Joyce Bay, the Rauma family is glad that they are not yet affected by the current wave of layoffs. Flashback. Lae in early April. The lockdown imposed on the Morobe province due to the country's first COVID-19 case is the start of the government's relief program. NGOs, churches and companies activate their resources. Like here at Manalus Aviation, a helicopter airlift delivers supplies to the remote Lutheran Health Service hospital in Ete. The ELC PNG forms a crisis unit. It meets weekly and coordinates the activities of the church-run health service, discusses the effects of school closings, and decides on actions regarding media and public relations. The ELC PNG radio station Christen Radio, together with volunteers and journalists from Lae, is initiating a daily information talk show, which is also streamed on Facebook and occasionally broadcasted on national television. Until the end of May, topics related to COVID-19 are discussed live and with great audience participation. With the support of the provincial government and Australian aid, the expansion of the broadcasting area of Christen Radio, planned for the second half of 2020, can be brought forward. With special permission and police escort, employees of the station set up small FM transmitters in 5 remote regions of the Morobe province. Like here in Finschhafen, in the Senior Fleal Seminary, employees and students helped to set up the antenna mast and the transmission technology. Thanks to the new station, many of the people living within a radius of 20 kilometers have access to latest news and information again. A team supported by the church visits communities in the city and the outskirts of Lae and familiarizes people with the social distancing measures. The larger supermarkets are still open and follow the new regulations of the health authorities in the deployment of hand-washing stations.
Heute, nach etwa 4 Monaten,
Today, over 4 months after the first lockdown, a time full of strange restrictions for many people, one longs to go back to the old normal. Despite all odds, people here in Ley, but also in many other congregations across the country, are celebrating. They commemorate the arrival of the Gospel with the Bavarian missionary Johann Fliel 134 years ago in Simbang. This is considered the birth of the Evangelical Lutheran Church of Papua-Neuguinea.